So this is the final part of my journey, and it includes the, let's say, final straw that made me stop going to Guru Nanak Dwara completely. I mentioned last time I found the works of Gursant Singh on YouTube, and Gursant Singh posted links to a paper by Philip D. Slip, From Maharaj to Mahan Tantric. It's an academic paper talking about how Yogi Bhajan created his persona. And he also put a link to a PDF by Trilochan Singh that was a book written in 1977 called Sikhism and Tantric Yoga. That book is an indictment and a criticism about Yogi Bhajan and how he created his fake-ass persona of this yoga guru. He called himself a Mahan Tantric, which, like what? I read that book, Sikhism and Tantric Yoga, in one sitting over one night because it was exactly what I had been looking for somebody to say, this guy's a fraud, he's teaching things that are anti-Sikh, and here's the evidence. So that PDF was available online, and I wanted it to be available as a book. It was originally a book, but I couldn't find any copies. So my husband and I spent many long hours formatting that PDF so that it could be printed as a book. And we got it published by Amazon, Barnes & Noble, on Kindle, on Nook, internationally, everywhere. We made sure that anybody that was searching for that book would be able to find it easily and order it. I also made sure that I didn't make any profit off of that book because it wasn't mine. I just wanted to make sure that it was available for people. In fact, I bought many copies out of my own pocket just to give to people that I thought might want to read it. There's a second edition of that book with much more information. So if you're interested, please read the second edition, not the first. As soon as the second edition came out, I pulled the first edition from publishing. Now, how does that lead into the final straw? I got that book into print. I ordered a copy as a proof, and it came in the mail. And I posted a picture on Facebook and I said, look what came in the mail today, and 3 little party face emojis. And that's all I said, with a picture of that book. That's it. And later that same day, I got a message from somebody from Guru Nanak Dwara that said, if you post things like this, we won't be able to be your friend anymore. And I said, that really hurt my feelings, but I could understand, but I knew at that point that I would never go back there. They were trying to control the people that knew me, and they had many meetings about me there, telling people not to talk to me. There are several members of the community who have been members of the Phoenix community since the 70s and 80s, and they've told me so many stories about Yogi Bhajan and how he came to Phoenix and just pitted everybody against each other. He told the Bhajanists that Punjabi Sikhs were too stupid and lazy to understand or do his yoga. And he was telling the Punjabi Sikhs at the same time, like, look at these white dogs, how they are, they'll do anything that I tell them to do. So he was just playing both sides. One of those people was working for Guru Nanak Dwara actually as a teacher, and as they were trying to ramp up their teaching of 3HO information in their children's classes, they were telling him as the teacher he needed to be teaching these things. So when he refused to teach Bhajanism, they fired him and they kicked him out of his house. They were able to do that because he was living in a house that they owned. They completely destroyed what life they were helping him have there because he refused to teach Bhajanism. So that's another problem that I have. I don't think that people should be treated like that. So on a personal level, why I am against 3HO's teachings and their behavior, I can simply say that I don't like seeing people being treated poorly. I don't like people being bullied, being manipulated, being encouraged to go against their religious beliefs. On a broader level, I want to share the truth about what 3HO is because of my love for Shri Guru. Bhajanists take text from our sacred text and turn it into superstitious rituals and superstitious beliefs. I'm like, did you guys not read to the end or something? Because it says in there, don't do that. Don't follow superstitions. Don't get trapped in these superstitious rituals. And they take the words from that same text and turn it into a superstition and a superstitious rituals. So it's going completely against Sikh teachings. I mean, they have kriyas for prosperity, kriyas for liver detox, kriyas for strengthening your core, awakening your intuition. I mean, you name it, whatever problem somebody might have, they've taken words from our sacred text and turned it into this thing where, oh, you chant 13 times, or you do this movement while you're chanting, and then you'll get prosperity. You can see how my journey towards discovering Sikhi is really going hand in hand with why I want to share the truth about what 3HO Sikh Dharma International is and does. Finally, I want to say I don't have any problems with yoga. That's not what this is about. I've heard that argument a lot. There's no problem with doing yoga. There's just a problem with misrepresenting a religion and using that religion's sacred text in an inappropriate way and teaching it to people that don't know any better. Also, there's obviously a problem with treating people like crap. So that's just what I wanted to share. Thanks again for watching.